I'm Mike Lorenzo, and this charming soul is Rose. We belong to an organization known as The Project.
Are you sick and tired of Mary Sue characters ruining movies and television? If you thought The Last Jedi was a piece of shit, you'll love The Project, a new series from the makers of Serial Rabbit and The Second to Last Worst Day of My Life.
The last time I did more good, I ended up killing 7 people.
Well, that's true, okay, but this time you'll get to kill a whole lot more, I promise.
Vampires, hot chicks, demons, and real science. What's not to love?
You're 120 pounds soaking wet. It's physics.
Check out the pilot episode on Amazon Prime. A link is in the description.
That's not... I don't want to...
What's up, you bundle of sticks? Terrence Popp here at Darkulus.com, huh? Good Pop showed up today, and I got good news and a whole menagerie of booze, you know the drill. And gentlemen, I think you're gonna need every single drop, because today, I'm talking about relationships. This is my list of universal rules for relationships, and why Western women usually fuck them up. But, you notice I use usually and not always. Because not all women are like that. Wah, enough of you are, and it's too expensive to find you, so I'm gonna watch me some Space Ghost. Yeah. Rule number 1. And this one overshadows all of the other rules, gentlemen. Pay attention. A relationship is a contract, and a contract benefits both parties. And you Western women out there, you keep fucking it up because you didn't get the goddamn memo that it's not all about you. You keep changing the agreement. You know, you ipulate it, you manipulate it, so it's always fucking benefiting you.
In order for the relationship to work, both people gotta have the same focus. And what's that focus? The focus is all about her.
Let me be honest here. When you do that, you no longer have a relationship. You now have a relationship. You're not gonna catch on to this right away. But as soon as the big head overpowers the little head, you're gonna floss your ass with the sheets on your way out the fucking door. You hear that, ladies? It's not a fact that there are no good men out there. You just keep driving them the fuck off.
Why would you say that?
Because everything is about you.
And there is one surefire way to drive these dudes off. In fact, that leads us into number 2. Ladies, you let the sex dry up. Or worse, you sex ration it.
If you want a piece of this, you need to mow the grass, reshingle the roof, change my oil, put in the dishwasher, and take care of the kids.
Fuck that. In the beginning of the relationship, you weren't playing this game. You used to let him shave your muff. All he had to do was walk in there and look a certain way, and your panties dropped faster than warp speed. And then you realize, or perhaps one of your girlfriends told you, that you could use sex as a manipulation tool. Oh, that's right, because, you know, that's some good advice, and that's never gonna blow up in your face. Oh, look, Space Ghost is on.
Wow, that's good. Moltar, make a note of that.
No.
Come on.
I'm busy.
Given the fact that feminism and the media have become so obsessed with domestic violence, you would think, or picked up on it by now, that rationing the sex is actually a form of domestic violence. Don't believe me? Check out the Duluth model. Links in the description. And we also made a video about it, The Wheel of Power and Control. Domestic violence isn't funny, but it kind of is. Conflict and fights are going to happen, even in the best of relationships. But in a relationship, you might actually find yourself running away from the Mexican with the bat with the gutter nails in it. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and I jumped the fucking fence. In that equation, it's usually the Mexican jumping the fence. Screen 5, build the wall. Serious, ladies. Fights are gonna happen, so you need to learn how to fight fucking fair. From the bottom of my black dead heart, stop picking fights every time you get your fifis hurt. Yeah, it's all fun and games until he tools you up a few times. 99 times out of 100, when you get your feelings hurt, it's usually a miscommunication. So if you begin your fight with,
What you're saying is,
you need to shut the fuck up and realize you're picking a fight.
But you're saying basically it doesn't matter if women aren't getting to the top because that's what's skewing that gender pay gap, isn't it? You're saying, well, that's just a fact of
Not
life.
saying
Women
it
aren't
doesn't
necessarily
matter.
going to get to the top.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't matter either.
You're saying
I'm
it's a
saying
fact
there are
of life.
multiple reasons for it.
For the most part, men say exactly what they mean. There is no subtext. There is nothing that's implied. It just is what it is.
You know, I'm really wired. What do you say I take you home and eat your pussy?
So when you read between lines that aren't actually there, all you're really doing is picking a fight. And that is one of the key differences between men and women in relationships. Women, they pick fights when their feelings get hurt. Men, they usually pick a fight when you done fucked up. Rent is due at the end of the month. On the 25th, the dude checks his account and goes, holy shit, what are all these charges? I'm 200 in the hole. We all know what hole that money went into. It's called the Bermuda Triangle, and I made a video about it. Here it is. The dude's first problem is this. He has a joint bank account with his women, but that is neither here nor there. Actually, it's everywhere. But the more immediate problem is she went through $200 to $250 simply to pamper herself. What the fuck, woman? Rent is due and I'm $200 in the hole.
Well, I just had a really hard week and I thought I deserved a spa day.
Well, I'm glad your makeup is up to snuff because tonight it looks like you're gonna be out dick shopping Screen 5. Number 4, and you would think that this one would be uncommon common sense, but it's not. Honesty is the best policy, and you want to know why? Because lies are kind of like the bundles of sticks that usually always come out. Dudes, you know what I'm talking about. You wake up in the morning, you put on your shoes, you look at your watch and go, oh shit, I gotta make it into the plant. And she says,
Plant, I thought you said you were a doctor.
oh shit. You better be careful about that shit because feminists in today's day and age, they're calling that rape. But it's fucking bullshit, and you and I both know it. It's all just upselling. By the time we're all 25, it's nothing but a huge used car lot. We've all gone over our mileage. We got dented up fenders, a cracked window, and some of the lady models are dripping a little fluid, if you know what I mean. And that one brings me to number 5 in a real roundabout kind of way. Every relationship and relationship is gonna have speed bumps, and that's just the way it is. You hit the speed bumps, and if it's tall enough, you stop, get out, survey for damage, and then you carry on and you leave that shit behind. But there's probably 1,000 dudes out there watching this episode right now who can name at least 3 times their lady brought up some shit from the past because she wanted to win an argument today. It doesn't matter if it was last week, last year. Hell, some of these ladies will go all the way back to the first fucking date. Hey, what the fuck is going on here? Who's this guy?
Okay, Bob.
Oh, hey Riggs, what's up, man? Dude.
After we had our first baby, you went hunting and left me home alone.
You said it was okay, bitch.
It wasn't.
Jesus Christ. You're pissed off about something that happened 10 years ago. You want me to do CPR on Riggs' ass or what?
My ass, bro.
Oh, dude, I'll never do that. Going through that goddamn hypothetical, I'm gonna have to wash off those homo suspicion points because that one was terrible.
Who is Uncle Nick? He's the uncle you wish you had. He's a cigar-smoking, aviator-wearing, liquor-loving punk. His own family won't take him anywhere because he's a walking megaphone of scathing opinion. Check out Diary of a Misanthrope on Amazon.com today. A link is in the description.
Number 6, in a relationship, both of you have freedom. If that doesn't happen, one is a prisoner and the other's a slave driver, plain and simple. Now listen, it doesn't matter if you got a slot C or a peg D. If you're in a relationship and you have to call home every time you want to do something and get permission, guess what? You're in a relationship and you're a slave. If you don't give, and all you do is take and play what have you done for me lately, that is called entitlement. And ladies, I know you're reading all of these bullshit magazines that throw all of the stuff in your face that you think you deserve. All of these ladies writing for these goddamn magazines, if they were truly happy, they wouldn't be doing it. If they actually knew what they were talking about, they would be out there living it, not writing about it.
Nope, never mind.
Because those who can't do teach, and those who can't teach Jim. And those who can't teach Jim, they're feminist. Screen 5. Number 8, know your partner and understand your partner, but not for the reasons that you're thinking. There are 2 sayings that I found to be true in war and divorce. Number 1, keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. And number 2, you don't truly know anyone until you're forced to fucking fight them. And I'm not just talking about the meat pumps to the face. I'm talking about divorce and administrative violence, because they're way more damaging. In fact, I made a video about that. Here it is. Any person, no matter how close you think you are to them, has the potential to be your greatest enemy. And guess what? The closer they are to you, the more deadly of an enemy they become. 3/4 of the time, or 80%, women are filing for divorce and turning men into fucking slaves, taking away their kids, making them homeless, and a lot of them wind up in the grave. There is no bones about it. That is a true enemy. In fact, that enemy is giving you the bone, but not in the way you think. But let's just say marriage isn't your goal. I can get behind that, if you know what I mean. And I made a video about it called The String Along. Check it out. And that brings us to number 9. If long term is not your goal, you're just riding for fun. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just be honest about it. Because you ladies will go, yeah, you're just riding it for fun. Right up until the point you try to flip the script and go psycho on the guy. If you tell a dude that you don't care if he calls you or not, guess what? He will call you between 11 and 2 in the morning on the way home from the bar.
Oh, of course.
What are you wearing?
So when a dude tells you he just wants to ride it for fun, don't lie about it and tell him it's okay when it's not. If you've been doing the salami slam for a while and he just says it's a casual thing, I'm betting that's pretty much what it is. And if you're not cool with that, throwing him more pussy is definitely not going to change his mind. Even if you let him do things off the menu and go around to the back door, that's not going to make much of a difference. In fact, it's probably going to have the opposite effect. All right, gentlemen, visual acuity here. Say you're going to town. You're like, boom, boom, boom. And she says, put it in the other hole. You're going to be like, yeah. You're going to say that, but in the back of your mind, you're going to go, hey, she's done that before. I'm crossing her off the list. If you tell him to put it in your mouth afterwards, guess what? That IUD just became an IED to your future love life with this dude. Screen 5. Ha!
This is where you dazzle me with your contingency plan.
Number 10, learn how to communicate. And there are 2 sides to this. Talking and listening, and then hearing what is said. There is a big difference between listening and comprehending what has been said than just waiting for your turn to speak. You're talking to somebody, you're on point, and then you see they just have the whole stupid buffer going on. You know, the whole... There you go. They're just waiting for you to stop talking so they can carry on with what they were fucking thinking. I want to be honest, dudes are really good at this, especially me. I have had my ass chewed by professional ass chewers for 30 years. I give them the north and south, the stupid look, do a little grunt, and I turn around and carry on exactly what I was fucking doing before. That is fine in the real world or at work, but don't you dare pull that shit with your rear guard 6, because you're gonna get fucked up and divorced. But, now that I've done smashing on the dudes, ladies, it's your turn. Because there is a big difference between communicating and staying on point and nagging.
What the fuck? I come home and the toilet seat's up and the dishes are still in the sink and you haven't ran the dishwasher and the roof still needs to be reshingled and the boys need to have their clothes changed and their laundry put away and the... What the fuck? You're not listening to me, are you?
Yes, dear. That brings us to number 11. You can nag all you want. You can fucking bitch until you cause a hurricane. You're not always gonna win. Just because your feelings got hurt doesn't justify guerrilla warfare. You don't get to drag up the past, bring up his family, and use every low blow in the book and then expect him to forgive you because you were having a bad day and your feelings got hurt. Fuck that! If he did the exact same shit to you, would you forgive him? I thought not, so knock that shit off. And number 12, when you're wrong, which is gonna happen, simply apologize. Anyone who has ever been to a wedding has probably heard one or both of these sayings, and they both just piss me the fuck off. Number 1, happy wife, happy life. In other words, your happiness, your dreams, be damned. You exist to serve her now. Fuck that, gentlemen.
Fuck your hopes, fuck your dreams, fuck your plans, fuck everything you thought this life was gonna bring you. Now let's go out there and try to make this bitch happen.
And the second one, if you're wrong, admit it, and if you're right, just shut up. How in the fuck does that help anyone? Oh, that's right, it doesn't. All it does is reinforce her princess complex. Ladies, you want to go up 2 to 3 points on the look scale? I made a video about it, here it is. Admit you're wrong. Take responsibility for your fuck-ups. And then make him a sandwich, bring him a beer, and then blow him. Screen 5. But you don't have to apologize right away. Tempers run hot, especially if you're Mexican or Latin. Made a video about it called the Ethnic Anger Scale. Check it out.
Want to retire someplace on the planet where the women look like this? I thought you did. But if you want to know how, first you need to go to MGTOWbooks.com and purchase MGTOW's Guide to Retiring on 200K in Southeast Asia. Don't forget to use the promo code POPP, that's P-O-P-P, for 10% off. A link is in the description.
That leads us right into number 13. Bad days happen every once in a while to everyone. Recognize them for what they are, and if you take them out on somebody, apologize. But some people out there will string all of their bad days together like a bunch of stinky goddamn anal beads. But, and I think this is the most fitting use of butt that we've had on this show. You get pissed off when somebody says, hey, fuck this, and then they rip those anal beads out like a ripcord. And if you're really unlucky, one of them might get stuck, and then you have to go to the butt doctor, and good luck explaining that.
Man overboard.
But hey, maybe you're into all that scat play. But that leads us right into number 14. Don't judge. And you want to know why? Judgment comes all over your face, back, neck, and thighs right before execution, baby. Anytime you're in a relationship or relationship and you decide you're going to throw judgment out there, that shit is a boomerang, and sooner or later it's coming back on you.
Alright. Come here.
And ladies, I hate to say it, but this one mainly falls in your lap. Because of Walt Disney and Mattel, you guys have a list of expectations that are longer than the 10 Commandments. And the worst part is you bought it, and you believe you deserve all of this shit.
Oh, I can't date you. You're not tall enough. And you don't make enough money. And your car is shit. I'm sorry, but I gotta have a tall man who makes money, has a great car, great house. I wanna walk in there and be a kept woman.
Not gonna happen.
Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Number 15, if you want to have a relationship, leave competition at the fucking door. Hey, but if you don't care and you want to win all the time, go ahead and bring that in and have a relationship and let me know how well it works out for you. You want to know what's really good for a relationship? Teamwork. You give 100%, she gives 100%, and you both have your roles. You handle your business, she handles her business, and together it makes a perfect picture. Everything gets done, so guess what? You both fucking win. You might call that a traditional marriage. I simply refer to it as happiness, so guess what? Pound sand. And that is why you can't have a successful relationship with a feminist. In fact, I made a video about it. Here it is. They want to keep score, everything is patriarchy, and they want to dominate you.
Power is competence. And why in the world would you not want a competent partner? Well, I know why, actually. You can't dominate a competent partner.
Number 16, and I don't want to come across as a self-help book, but it is what it is. Grudges, they destroy. Forgiveness builds. And that is why you don't bring up the past, unless you're just addicted to the makeup sex, just saying. Not that I know anything about that, but guess what? I have pulled more than my share of hair and slapped more than my share of asses, and I've rolled the wave in, just saying. Number 17, and I realize in the Western world this is a tall order, but have some goddamn gratitude. Time is the one asset that doesn't get refunded, and there are no do-overs. So if a person is willing to spend time with you, be grateful. And you hear women screaming and crying about this one thing when they get divorced. Wah!
I wasted my best years on you. Wah!
No, you wasted your best years riding the cock carousel. And I was the stupid idiot who wrote a full retail check against this bullshit, blown out, leftover pussy. I wrote a check for a Rolls Royce, and you know what I got? I got a Pinto that explodes on rear impact. Gonorrhea! No. Speaking of a jacked up grill, we're now moving on to number 18. Stop trying to fix your partner, because 9 times out of 10, you're just fucking it up. In the long run, you know what's gonna happen even if you are successful. You're gonna divorce them anyway, and you're gonna use the excuse, you're not the same man I'm married. These are the same women who say, I am who I am, don't try to change me. We don't. We understand if we enter into an exclusive contract with this lady, it's with her, not who we're gonna change her into down the road. And you know what's coming next, gentlemen, but you ladies, you keep changing the fucking fine print every fucking day. And then you file for divorce, and you tell your friends who are supporting you, he's not meeting my needs. But, gentlemen, here's the rub. They don't really know the difference between wants and needs. They think they're the same. Here's a crash course for you. This is what you really need. Water, food, shelter, and security. That's it. Having extra money lying around for your spa days and your takeout Chinese is not a need. There's really only 2 things in this world that you are really entitled to. Jack and shit. And Jack, he's watching Space Ghost with me.
You wig. Bull Moose. Tory. Trotskyist. Rabble-rouser. Dunker. Federalist. Hey.
You keep asking these dudes, why the fuck are they going to their friends who have a lifetime membership at Pornhub for advice about women?
Why would you do that? Go right to the source. Ask a woman.
They're correct. I can't argue with that logic. And you want to know why? Because it's actually logical, and I don't have the goddamn equipment that they have. But you knew that was coming, gentlemen. You love the butts. When you ladies want advice about men, you go to your single, divorced, or worst case scenario, your feminist friends. If they actually knew what they were fucking talking about, they wouldn't be single and they wouldn't be divorced. Take your own advice. God damn it, it's not that difficult. You are 90% more likely to get a rational answer out of a dude about a dude than you are from a chick. I know you're wondering why it's only 90%. I have an answer for you. Side note, if that dude wants to bang you, then he's probably not going to give you good advice. Just saying. Ladies, let's just be honest here. You know who your bohos are. You know the guys who are orbiting trying to break off a piece of pussy. Don't lie and say you don't, because you do. If you expect me to believe that you don't know who these individuals are, who the fuck do you think I am? Am I that naive? Or more likely, are you just that stupid? And that brings us to the last one on this list. And it's probably one of my favorites, not gonna lie. If you want a healthy relationship and you want it to last and you're in it to win it, you have to follow this rule. You're gonna need to keep fucking like it's the first time. And that doesn't mean, you get in there and you do a couple twitches and you blow it in 30 seconds and go, hey honey, I'll be back in 20 minutes, just let me recharge. The first time you're bagging that chick, it's like fireworks 24/7 and nothing is off the menu, if you know what I mean. Gentlemen, you know what I'm talking about. You take that menu and you flip it over and you see all of the off-menu items, all a la carte, and it is glorious. But go ahead, let that shit all shrivel up and fall off the menu. It's gonna get boring. In fact, it'll be so boring, you're doing crossword puzzles while you're banging her. If your idea of variety is picking a new place to blow your bazooka juice, you really need this menagerie because you are fucked in the head. Because once it gets boring, let's be honest dudes, you're gonna look for substitute pussy. And I made a whole episode about it and here it is. And when you get to this level, just cut away clean. Because if you don't, the fucking you're gonna get is not worth the fucking you're gonna get.
Why else would you risk your life doing something so stupid?
Well, you know, I've had a lot of setbacks lately.
Don't blame our breakup for this.
That's it, we've come to the end, and not a moment too soon, because I'm out of beer and whiskey, and this is falling down fast. I want to thank you for tuning in to watch my list of rules for relationships and relationships. And if you like this show, please check out the links below for Patreon, PayPal, and Subscribestar. Send us $1 per episode to keep this gravy train going. And if that's not your bag and you want some swag, go to patrolbase.net and get yourself some t-shirts and mugs. And if you're new to this show and you like it, hit the subscribe button and the bell, because hitting subscribe by itself is absolutely worthless now. And if you don't, that's fine, because I was just riding you for fun anyway. Oh look, Space Ghost is on. Everclear. That's a random wake up in. That's a naked wake up in random huge yard. Yeah. That happened to me. It's bad. It's coyote situation. Bad. I had to call for an exfil from a payphone, wearing a newspaper for a skirt. Then I took off the porch. That was not a good day, man. Can't say that's happening. No, and the cops. I remember the cops show up. Like, what's going on here? I'm like, we had a situation with some booze.